Hi, my name is Eric Chong. Today I'm going to show you how to request a service using the self-service portal of Cloud Service Automations for Matrix, and to create a cloud map using the Insight Orchestration Designer. In this example, a web developer needs a test web server to test out a new web application. Instead of asking the system administrator to deploy the server, he can request the server via the self-service portal. Once he logs into the self-service portal, the home screen displays his current deployed services and total resource usage. He can click on the Templates tab to display a list of available services for deployment. The web developer needs a test web server, so he selects the web server template. He can click on the View Details button to see the details of the template. This template is made up with one virtual Windows server with 1 GB of memory and 1 CPU. It has one 4 GB boot disk attached to it, and it is connected to VLAN 123. The total cost of the server is $950.01. The breakdown cost for each component is listed on the bottom of the screen. The web developer agrees with the configuration, and he will click the Create Service button to submit the request. In the pop-up window, he will enter the service name to identify it as a test web server. Then he will need to enter the suffix of the host name. There are more options that a user can change by clicking on the Option button. For example, the user can enter his email address and a short description of the request. The user can also change the lease start and end dates of the service. Let's say our web developer needs the server until the end of the month. He can change the lease end date. Once the lease is up, the server will be deactivated and the resource will be returned to the pool. In our case, I will be using the IIS demo ESX pool. Once the request is submitted, we can see the detail of the request. On the screen, we can see that our request is waiting for approval by the administrator. A notification email is sent to the administrator, and on the email it lists the detail of the request. To approve or reject the request, the administrator can log on to the CSA for Matrix GUI. Click on the Approve Service Request link. Select the request waiting for approval, and then click on the Approve or Reject button. In our example, we are going to approve the web developer's request. On the confirmation window, the administrator can enter a short note about the approval. When it is approved, the request goes into a provisioning state. The web developer can monitor the progress under the My Request tab. The note entered by the administrator is also visible on the bottom detail window. Once the provisioning is complete, another email will be sent to the requester. Now the server is ready, our developer can check back to the self-service portal. He will see the service that he requests listed on the Home tab. There's RDP link to bring up the remote desktop to his server. If the web developer wants to extend his testing for another month, he can change the lease end date for his services. Click on the My Service tab, select the service to modify, and then click Change Lease Period. On the pop-up window, he changed the lease end date for another month, Again, these modifications approval need to be approved by the administrator. Now the modifications are complete and the lease end date is extended for another month. If the web developer finished the testing ahead of schedule, he can also delete his service under the My Service tab on the self-service portal. Select the service and then click Delete button. There will be no approval required for deletion. This completes the overview of using the self-service portal to deploy a service. Next, I'm going to show you how to use the designer to create and publish a template. In the previous example, we see how the user can review the service template and request a service from the template. To populate this service catalog, the IT architect or designer will use the Insight Orchestration Designer GUI to create the template. A service template is made up of server, storage, and network. You can build the template by drag and drop each component onto the screen. You can select physical or virtual component at the same time. Double-click the server group to configure the servers. You can change the number of servers, number of CPU or memory per server. Notice the red cross on the other tabs. It indicates some configurations are not valid. Under the Network tab, we need to enter the hostname and network information. For deployment purpose, I'm going to select just DHCP. Under the Software tab, you can select the operating system and the source of the deployment. CSA for Matrix support VM image and deployment from server automation software. If you select using server automation as the source, you can also select deploy additional software depending on the available application setup on the server automation server. In this example, we will use VMware image. Notice the red cross under validation status. Click Show Issue. Mouse over the icon to show the problem. Looks like we are missing a boot disk. Double click on the disk icon and make the disk bootable. You can also enter the cost per gigabyte for the disk. We still have a problem under the networking. Double click on the network icon. We're going to assign VLAN 123 to this interface. Again, you can also enter the cost for the network component. Now the validation is successful. You can see the total cost of this service. You can add the fixed cost for the whole service. Additional workflow can also be added to the service. It ties into Insight orchestration software. So there's a select number of workflow that you can add it. In this case, we're going to add deploy monitors after the service is activated and enable the monitor after the server is power on. Now we can save and publish the template. Check the Published checkbox Once the template is saved, other users can see this template listed under the Template tab under the Self-Service portal. In addition to creating your own service template, you can also download cloud maps from the HP website. Go to www.hp.com/go/cloudmaps. HP Cloud Maps are best practice guides for building service catalog, which includes infrastructure templates and workflow for leading partner business applications that can be imported directly into your CloudSystemMatrix environment. You can download them and import them into your designer. For example, this is a tested SharePoint environment that will support 1,000 users. This concludes the demonstration of creating a cloud map template.